Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be your star, make us shine so bright. Welcome to my dungeon, this is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ. And we're back like we never left. We appreciate y'all for pulling up for another pull-up session. Y'all go ahead and have a seat. We got it from here. Y'all go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. We also want to let you guys know that we do have Patreon set up on our 3 reaction channels. So definitely go there and tap in and check it out. And we're going to go ahead and check this video out. Now, this is a Trump supporter debating with a white liberal at a Republican National Convention in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay. Oh.
And obviously, this is a few years ago. So, yeah, let's take a look.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get into it, y'all.
Black Lives Matter is funded by the White House, ma'am. By Obama, George Soros.
What about the people who are marching for Black Lives?
All lives matter. Number one, all lives matter. Okay? God made us all. God made us all. All lives matter. So if you want to separate yourself and put yourself on a platform about black lives, but what about that yellow man? What about that orange person? What about that purple person? What about them?
The claim of the Black Lives Matter is that African Americans are sort of kind of targeted. They get more killed.
We want them to matter.
Hold on a second. This is what happens in black neighborhoods. It's black on black. It's black on black what kills these young youths in their neighborhoods. The Democratic Party has owned the black neighborhoods for over 60, 70 years. Look at them. And they give you a black president who's a Muslim. He supports radical Islam. From the White House, they the ones who created ISIS. Look at their policies. Look at their policies.
I guess that she's the white liberal, because you see how she's kind of like, what is he saying? He said, what is he saying? I mean, he might have a point in regards to the ISIS, because I kind of dove into ISIS a little bit and kind of got more information in regards to like how ISIS kind of was created, and I was very, very surprised to know that, like, you know, after like the United States like left some of these countries, like they almost intentionally left behind military equipment for some of these like groups to just pick up, and then next thing you know, now they have arms. You know.
Yep. That's exactly what it was.
And also, you definitely
because they weren't using it for the right intent, and then they formed all these. They started making all these groups.
They made their own groups because it was something before ISIS.
Yeah,
it was another name before ISIS. I can't remember the name of it, but it was something else before that. And then ISIS was developed too.
Right.
But also in regards to like BLM, like you definitely want to know who George Soros is, because he's the one that's funding the BLM. And if you know anything about him, you would need to look into George Soros.
Wait, so I thought. Okay, so that's my bad, because I thought BLM was actually founded by
the lady.
The lady.
No. She's not. She's the founder, but she's not the one that's funding it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
She founded it, but she's not the one that's actually funding it. It's George Soros.
So are they still funding BLM?
Y'all, are they still funding BLM? I fell out the loop.
They can't be. No.
I fell out the loop with
They
BLM a
cannot
long time
be doing
ago.
that.
I'm not sure.
I would be shocked if they were.
That's
insane. Okay.
Policies.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why is it that every black person I know, every black parent I know, who I live in a neighborhood with, has to give their children a special instruction for what they should do and not do when they go out, so that they don't get stopped by the police?
Right, that's what they should teach them. That's what they're teaching them. But they're not teaching them that. But they're not teaching them that. Let me explain something. The families, you know why?
Yes, they are.
Because a lot
Everyone
of but listen,
does that.
let me tell you,
And you know why?
rap music is designed to bring the black neighborhood down.
But you're not answering
Let
my
me explain
question.
something. If you're walking down the street with your pants hanging down and you're listening to rap, and the rap is giving people the images, sell drugs, be a drug dealer, calling people bitches and hoes, the rap industry contributes to how blacks treat each other.
But what about, let me finish. What about the black men who are dressed nicely,
Yes.
driving in nice cars,
Yes.
and are treated like criminals as if they stole the cars?
Listen.
That has nothing to do
That
with
has
rap
nothing- right.
music.
But,
that
yes,
has to
we've
do
been
with
turned
their
over.
that has
Right.
to do with their lives not mattering as much as other people's lives.
Do you don't think white people get pulled over?
Not as much.
Right, maybe. Yeah, you're right. You might have a point there.
I
But
do
still,
have a point.
Most crime is black on black. It's not
We're not
cops
talking
killing.
about, we're not talking about
It's not
black.
cops
We're
killing
not
black.
talking about
I just feel like that's the trickle down effect behind the black on black crime, because there's so much black on black crime, and you have police officers in these cities and in the inner city. So when they're pulling over people, primarily sometimes they're pulling over more African Americans than they are white people in these particular areas. So I can see that they're going to be pulling over more African Americans. And then he's talking about like the music. Like I think that's a very important part too, because sometimes like perception is reality. And when you have like this music blaring, and like he said, they're talking about all these different types of negativity, because it's all negative. It's all designed to bring you down, you know. And I think that has a lot to do with it as well, is the music. So I feel like it's coupled with black on black crime, coupled with the music, that gives, I feel like, police officers that perception of, oh, he's a thug or he's a gangster. And like he said, you know, you see somebody walking down the street with tattoos on their face and teardrops and pants hanging down to their knees, like, aren't you going to want to walk on the other side of the street? I don't care if they were Asian, black, white, orange, green, gold, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, your antennas are going to be raised.
Right.
On black. It's not
We're
cops
not talking
killing.
About, we're not talking about
It's not
black,
cops killing
we're not
black.
talking about black on black crime.
Right.
We're talking
You can't talk about Black Lives Matter until you talk about that.
Right.
My man.
You got it.
We're talking about black people not being safe when they go out, when they're treated by the police, and more.
It's time for the black neighborhoods to start taking care of their own neighborhoods.
What about a little boy who was just playing and was killed?
One of the problems with the black community is how we're perceived. So look, when we're talking about rap, when you compare it to the statistics, how 40% of violent crimes are committed by young black men. Hold on. It's a perception. It is a perception. When we talk about, you go on the internet and we talk about selling drugs, pimping women, armed trafficking, fraud, and all these things, and people who don't live in black neighborhoods, people who don't live in black neighborhoods, gentry neighborhoods, all they see is what they know online.
The White House is
and it is a perception. And when we hear police officers, 40% of the police officers who were killed in the line of duty were killed by young black men.
Oh.
It is only reasonable sometimes, not saying this is bad. Sometimes it is reasonable for a police officer to handle black men with a little bit more caution than it is for a 5'2" Chinese man.
I feel like he got a point though.
I mean, he's a brother, so I feel he's speaking on it, but I feel like he's not just talking. I feel like he kind of knows the facts, and he's speaking from it from a pretty level-headed standpoint. You know?
I mean, that's an interesting statistic
40%.
though, for him to say that. Yeah, 40% of young black men are the reason of police officers
40%. Yeah, 40%.
Wow, that's a big chunk of people. Yeah. So I mean, I understand what he's saying, because I mean, when you think about that, it's just like, I mean, hypothetically speaking, in your own mindset, if I know that if I'm a cop and I pull somebody over that statistically might get out of this car and shoot me or shoot at me, I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious. Just in general. I just feel like that's gonna be just your normal reaction.
That's gonna be your normal human perception, is to be super cautious.
They teach you to be cautious everywhere.
But again, I just feel like the numbers don't completely add up. Like, yeah, you're gonna have isolated incidents where you're gonna have a white cop kill a black person. Yeah. You're gonna have isolated incidents where a white cop kills a white person. Mm-hmm. But which one is gonna get put on the media the first?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, that hands down.
I feel like perception is sometimes it's just reality. You know.
To handle black men with a little bit more caution than it is for a 5'2" Chinese man, for instance, because statistically they're not committing violent crimes. Statistically, they're not killing cops. Now, for instance, okay, so if a police officer pull over an Arab in Manhattan, right? Let me just put one. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Most of the mass shootings in this country, when was the last one that was done by a black person?
The Dallas sniper.
I'm talking I'm talking about mass shootings of innocent. I'm talking about the police. I'm not saying that was a good thing. So if we have all these mass shootings of people with guns killing children and killing innocent people, why aren't we more suspicious of white folks carrying around guns?
Well, they are. I mean, white people. White people. The thing is, when we're talking about black crime and white crime, we're talking about proportionality, right? No. So here's the thing, right? So I think it was about 5,000 or 3,000. 5,000. Are you talking about police killings or just white on white violence?
I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about people responsible for mass shootings in this country. Which have all been.
Let me ask you a question. How many mass shootings occur as opposed to just killings on the streets of our cities? And what would you say the ratio of mass shooting to shooting in a neighborhood?
Okay, well, I can't argue with you statistics.
But why wouldn't that matter just as much? You know, like if not more.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't looked at the numbers, but I saw a comment somewhere under one of our videos where someone was saying that mass shootings tend to go up when Democrats are in office. I don't know what type of truth that had anything to do with it, but I did see that comment where someone kind of said that in regards to like the mass shootings. And I mean, there's been a number of them even this year. There's been a lot of them just in 2022.
Do we know why though? You don't know why? Why that is?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we need to ask the conspiracy theorists.
Okay.
Okay, well, I can't argue with you statistics.
You're saying you're wanting to focus on these mass shootings and they're not being committed by black people, but you want to ignore everything, all of that, as if it's more important.
I just want a black person walking down the street to be treated the same way as a white person walking down the street.
You've been African American, because you seem to know a lot more than these gentlemen about being black.
Wow. She's definitely like taking on the role of a white liberal, because she's like, all I want to see is just a black person walking down the street free and
happy
with flowers and butterflies flying around them. I mean, I just feel like she's making it more dire than it is to a degree.
I mean, so does that take me back to like what I was saying the other day? It's just like, you know, like with people in general just kind of having...
She's making it dire.
Because she has a real compassion. I mean, it seems like she has a good heart, okay? Nice lady that just has genuine concern about black people and how black people are treated. You know, does that make her any, you know... Is she more kind of falling into the category of like, oh my gosh, like feel sorry for the black people, like let me walk around and walk on eggshells around black people because I don't want to offend anybody? Or is she like, does she kind of fall into that category?
By her last statement of what she was saying, it's kind of sounding like that, but I'm not saying that she's like a black apologist or anything like that. But I really feel like she does have a lot of compassion, because she said that she has a lot of black friends and people that are around her that say these types of things. So it's probably drawing some type of concern to her.
We scared to walk down the street though, like
because she doesn't know, like she's just talking from her own account, from other people telling her. So probably to her, it's probably putting more fear in her. But if she was really like if she was really
in the
there,
crowd type thing,
if she was really in the city, if she was, you know how the young kids say, if she was really outside, then she probably would know what's kind of really going on. But I feel like she's just taking the account of what, you know, the issues and, you know, the way her friends feel, and she's taking that to heart, like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if she was there, maybe she would feel a little different.
I live in a community with black African American
So you have black friends? I do too.
But are you going to say that black people walk down?
She does sound like a white liberal that keeps bringing up, I have black friends, and they're, you know, okay, cool, whatever.
Absolutely. Depending on where you live.
It depends on where you live. It depends on where you live.
It just depends.
Right.
So you're going to tell me that women don't hold their purses closer, or you don't lock your door when you're going through a black neighborhood? Do you do that when you're driving through a white neighborhood?
Have you seen how I've been carrying my purse out here with 1,000 people I don't know? I'm not as any more concerned around all these people I don't know, of all these nationalities, than I am anywhere else.
But the thing is,
Lady, I've been walking around and people have been telling me I don't know what I've been talking about all day.
But the point is this: most crime is black on blacks. It's black on black.
Talking about black on black.
All right.
It is a huge problem.
It's not the cops.
If we could reduce the main point is if we could reduce the amount of black on black crime and violent crime committed by blacks, it will reduce the perception of a threat when it comes down to how people are perceived. Black people are perceived in America.
I really think that Mr. Trump cares about you.
He's hired more black people than probably you have. He's hired more Latinos, more Muslims than anybody else has.
But he insults them all the time.
Insults black people or Muslims, women?
Women. He's just he insults anybody who doesn't agree with him.
What about all the money?
Obama's killed more Muslims than Donald Trump has. Just
We can't have a rational conversation. You know what?
Obama has killed more Muslims than Donald Trump has. Extrajudicially.
Oh.
What is he talking about? He's talking about like Syria, possibly.
That's kind of where I kind of went with that, but I'm not 100% sure. Killed Muslims.
Yeah, where would he kill? That's the only thing I would think of is when they were the airstrikes.
Killed more Muslims than Donald Trump has. Extrajudicially. He has killed more Muslims.
You guys argue that he should be more aggressive.
I didn't argue that.
Killed Osama bin Laden.
He did. He got the Nobel Peace Prize. That was his credit. And then he ended up going to destroy Syria. And now
destroyed Syria?
Oh yeah, yes, him.
Well, how did he destroy Syria?
The limited airstrikes that Vladimir Putin told him not to do.
Do you like
I don't. Well, there are things that I do like about Putin. He doesn't like to go and invade countries and destabilize them. Like one of the things I like about Putin.
Well, you might want to take that back.
Yeah.
Gotta take that back.
Yeah, and when he replayed this back, he probably like, I probably shouldn't have said that. This interview didn't age well in regards to Putin.
Yeah,
and,
he
invading
had me until he got there.
Yeah.
And destabilize them. Like what? One of the things I like about Putin is the fact that he understands that the Western presidents historically, at least from Clinton all the way to Bush, we have been toppling a lot of dictators that are democratically elected. The mullahs, the Muslim Brotherhood that was put into power after the military coup. That was another one that Vladimir Putin warned against, and we did it anyways. And then now this whole invade and invite Syria.
Because I don't want to listen to this anymore. But I'm just going to say,
let
me just tell you, I will be really glad when you guys are all done and you leave. And Ohio can go ahead and vote against Trump because he's going to lose here. And nobody wins the presidency in Ohio.
That's fine.
He will lose here.
Dang.
Take it easy. Say hi, hug a black guy for me. Hug a black guy for me.
You want a hug?
Sure, of course.
I'll give you a hug.
There you go.
Aww.
You take, huh?
What was the point of that comment?
I just said hug a black guy for me.
Why? What were you trying to communicate?
Because it seems like you have this warped perception on how black people are treated.
I know what I hear from people I know who are black.
And I'll tell you
one of the
most
70% black, and this is what I hear from my
friends.
And
I did too.
What do your friends say?
Okay, so I lived in Eastside San Jose, which is predominantly black and Mexican. And one of the worst things that happened in Eastside San Jose were the police officers, if you know Mayor Licata, the police officers stopped patrolling the neighborhood in which I lived in.
Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. I asked I asked you specifically what you were implying when you asked me to go like a black guy. You never answered that.
Because
were you implying I don't understand?
It seems like your compassion could be translated in a different way other than speaking about black problems, which you probably have no idea.
Well, I know what I'm told by people I know. So you may represent, I don't represent all white people, all Jewish people. You don't represent all black people.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you what I hear from the black community in my neighborhood, and it's very different than yours. I don't pretend to speak for the black community, but I don't agree with what you're saying, and it's not what I'm hearing from people I know. So you can have your opinion, but your comment to me to go hug a black person seemed kind of snide and belittling, so that was not nice.
Apology on my behalf. You enjoy your day.
Good job, man. Good job.
Why gotta be so racist? Huh?
Wow.
I like the conversation. I just didn't like when she got towards the end where she was like, well, all I need to know is that he's not going to win Ohio, and they're going to send it, I was just like, continue on the conversation. Let's have the conversation.
Because I would have liked to have heard her out more, just to kind of hear her opinions on things. Like, she was answering questions and asking questions, but I would have liked to just hear, like, to have heard from her what she genuinely felt about, who it was that she, being a libertarian, why she feels that way, why she's so, and it almost feels like, to me, she's more concerned about like the black race, at least maybe just in terms of this conversation, because this was just pivoted towards one thing in particular to some degree, but I am curious to know like what her thoughts would have been. I wish they would have kind of let her talk a little bit more, just so they could hear her out, because they were kind of all like,
a few people were kind of coming in from the left
jumping
and from
on
the
her
right
a
and
little
from the
bit,
center.
but not that I agreed with what she was saying. I just wanted to hear what she had to say, just to
but
hear it.
a lot of things that I'm hearing her say is a lot of things that I hear a lot of like white liberals say, especially if they have like black friends or people that I feel like she shows like some like general compassion, because she has people that lives in her community, and she hears the issues that they have. But again, like I say, if it's not really like, you got to really be in it to like really understand it to know the degree of the situation, and I really feel like a lot of that is pushed upon us, especially the black community, in regards to like the media, because you hear so much in regards to like a white cop killing a black person, but you won't hear half of that when it's like black on black crime. It's like they almost want that to be behind the agenda of white cops killing black people, so we can focus on that more than what the true issue is, which the true issue is black on black crime, and how to like nix that, how to like reverse
but he was
that.
right though, because when he made a point about the perception of like black people, like if you were to reduce, like I feel like if you were able to reduce the black on black crime, then you would feel more secure. You'd feel a little bit different in terms of like what that ratio is, because that percentage is very high.
I feel like obviously, I mean, if
in terms of feeling safe,
if you bring down those percentages, then you're going to bring down the percentage of the interactions with the black people and the cops.
all of that. But like you said, the Democrats own the black neighborhoods, and we know kind of what all comes with that. They're being taken care of, and they're living off of government assistance. A good portion of those people, unfortunately, which we've kind of been down this rabbit hole of all the things that come along with that. The crime, the issues that you have, dropouts, the high school. Just it just like you said, it's a trickle down effect. But all good points.
Yeah, I like the conversation, and I like how the brother kind of came in there to because. I just like his thought process in regards to like really talking about like the black on black crime, and really giving like the numbers, because I really feel like when you can get like the numbers and you can see the numbers, then you see that it's so disproportionate,
Yeah.
But this was good though, because he threw that 40% out, and I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I was completely unaware of that,
Yeah. Well, I feel like it could be any race. If there was a 40% chance that a white person would shoot at me, a black person would shoot at me, or whatever person gonna shoot at me, like a 40% chance.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna take caution.
Proceed with caution.
You're gonna take caution whenever you see those particular people.
Yeah. So I mean,
and it's super unfortunate, but again, like I said, that's just the United States of America that we're living in today, 2022. So I mean, it just is what it is. Yeah. Everybody gotta take precaution. In regards to anybody, we all got to be safe out here. You know what I mean? So, anybody that's watching on the other end of this camera, man, y'all stay safe out there for real.
Yeah, that part. So, if y'all enjoyed this video, that part. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. This was actually a really good video too.
I like things.
And hit the notification bell. Join the family. If ain't nobody else told you, I love you. And we're gonna see y'all in the next video, y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.